You're watching Drake Wing Gaming. Enjoy the video. Hey guys, Nary here from Drake Wing Gaming, and as some of you know me on Twitter, The Gaming Dragon. Today I'm coming at you with another Let's Play episode of Psychic Connections Aiden's Path. So, the last place we left off, we were having a little conversation with Aiden and Zoe. So let's pick up where we left off, shall we? And guys, just sit back and enjoy the video. Oh yeah, I thank you guys so much for all the birthday wishes. I really appreciate it. It definitely makes me smile. I know so many people, give a damn about me. I really appreciate it. Put a smile on my face, made me feel better. I didn't have the greatest birthday, but I'm not going to bother you guys with that. I'm feeling better today, so let's lean into that, shall we? Anyway, I think I'll help you out, Aiden. I'm sure Zoe doesn't need me to hold a cup of coffee. I don't know. I do have a nice set of butterfingers. Aiden and I just stare at the panda, who almost seems proud at the prospect of having a klutzier nature. Jeez, I'm kidding. Anyway, that sounds like a good idea. I'll meet you boys at the library with some nice coffee. Sounds good, Zoe. Come along, Mason. We better get going. I nod in agreement and follow the wolf as he takes the lead in walking to the library. I feel a small sense of excitement at the opportunity to see the inside of the library for the first time. Though that excitement might also be because I have Aiden to show me around. Entering the library, I find myself being blasted with a frigid wave of AC sending chills up my spine. You should really consider getting a jacket within the next couple of weeks. What? It seemed like you got cold. The weather may be temperamental for now, but once October rolls around, it will be much colder than before. The library can be especially cold, as they don't raise the temperature much to maintain the books. Right, I always seem to forget that he can actually feel what I'm feeling. That makes sense, I guess. So, where do we start? I thought we could begin with searching their inventory catalog with one of the computers to see what astronomy books they have available. Hopefully they have something satisfactory. Otherwise, I may need to order research materials myself. I imagine it must be convenient to have enough money to just buy whatever you... I'm sorry, I was reading that in his voice. I imagine it must be convenient to have enough money to just buy whatever you need whenever you need it. So, being part of some big company, how much money do you make exactly? Wow, don't ask that, Mason. Too personal. Are you actually asking me what my salary is? I'm not exactly comfortable sharing that information. Say like 7 figures or something? What? No! That would be ridiculous and an absurd imbalance even if I am to be the next CEO. So how exactly do you balance a job with school anyway? I make sure to maintain constant communication with my father so as to avoid becoming overtasked. Something about the way he talks about this still doesn't sit right with me. So how exactly do you... I'm interrupted by the vibration indicating I'd received a message. I pull up my phone. Do you know where Aiden is? Yeah, we're at the library. Why? What's up? Jude? Uh-oh. We all know what's gonna happen. Weird. Should I be worried? Everything okay? Yeah, I don't know. It was just Jude asking where you are. Did he say why? No, he stopped responding after that. I see. Well, I imagine whatever he's looking for, we'll know soon enough. What do you mean? I wouldn't worry about it. Follow me. We'll start in the science section. What about using the computers? I feel the sudden urge to make our trip a little quicker. We'll just start at A for astronomy. Then we can move to S for stars or space. I didn't think I'd see Aiden in this much of a rush. Is he trying to avoid Jude, or is it something else? This one looks good. Aiden grabs a large textbook off the shelf and hands it to me. The History of Astrology. Aiden, I think you made a mistake. This is an astrology book. No, I meant to grab that one. The astrological signs are amongst our potential constellation topics for our projects. It's tangentially related, so we may find good information there. I'm prepared to argue that he's being a bit too thorough, but he's already browsing for more books. He allows his long fingers to trail across the bindings as he skims title after title. He peruses the shelves for another 20 minutes, grabbing the occasional book and adding it to the growing stack in my hands. However, as Aiden grabs his 5th book, he stops. He's here. What do you mean? There you are, you asshole! Barreling in from seemingly out of nowhere, Jude charges at Aiden, angrier than I've ever seen him. Who the fuck do you think you are, huh? I don't know what you're talking about, but this is hardly the time. Don't give me that shit! I know you talked to my mom! Wait, what? Refresh my memory. I don't recall it being forbidden for me to even speak to Miss Noel. I shouldn't need to. She's my mom. Keep your money in your fucking wallet and stay away from her and me. Jude, you need to calm down. I was only trying to... No, you were trying to be Aiden. Flashing the fat stacks of money your CEO daddy gives you and making others feel like they owe you. Stop trying to buy people and work for something for a change. Something about what Jude just said seemed to trigger something within Aiden. His fists now clenched at his side. Baring his fangs, the wolf abandons his decorum and begins responding with a similar aggression. How dare you? How dare you insinuate that I haven't worked for the things I've earned? You have no right to say that to me. I've done nothing but offer my assistance, and you've done nothing but spit in my face. You should be grateful, but instead you simply put on this false bravado act instead of taking the help you clearly need. Though I shouldn't be surprised, you can't accept yourself, so I don't imagine how you could accept others. As a result, the people around you suffer, your mother, Quinn, and anyone else in your life. The fuck is that supposed to mean? You better not be implying what I think you're implying, because I don't have to explain shit to someone like you. Jude's face begins twisting in a hot rage. I swear if this goes on any longer, the two of them are going to explode. Looking around the library, I can see several bystanders have begun staring at the two having their screaming match. I have to put a stop to this. That's enough! Seriously, the both of you. Think about where the hell the two of you are. I don't know all the details here, but if you two need to have this fight, at least pick a better place to have it. Brushing past me, Jude stomps his way out of the library. Eyes all around the room follow him as he goes. Aiden stands there, with his hand pulling at the bridge of his muzzle. Are you okay? No, but that doesn't really matter right now. I'm sorry you had to see that, Mason. I'm going to check these books out and leave. Zoop! Grabbing the stacks of books from my hand, Aiden awkwardly walks away to reserve the books. He looks down as he moves to the checkout desk, avoiding the gaze of the many students in the library. That was a hell of a fight, though. I feel like I need to make sure they're both okay, but I can't exactly follow them both. Stick with Aiden. I'll save right here, too. I'm here with him now, and I want to hear his side of things, assuming he'll even be willing to share after all that. I walk over to the ashamed wolf in time to hear the librarian chastising him. If you weren't such a model student, I'd have thrown you out of this library and suspended you from using our facilities. I better not see or hear you making another disturbance like that ever again. Oh, sorry, I thought that was a lady. Of course, sir. My apologies. Aiden catches my gaze and immediately turns away with his books in hand, his tail tucked between his legs. Oh, poor Aiden. Wait, Aiden, just hold up for a second. You can't just not tell me what that was all about. He stops and lets out a pained sigh. He sets down the stack of books and turns back towards me. First, I want to apologize again for such a shameful display. It's just the effect Jude tends to have on me. I mean, I'd probably get heated if somebody was yelling at me too, psychic or not. I don't care about that, though. I care about what caused the fight in the first place. Then I propose we take a seat. It's not a particularly long story, but I can imagine you'll have questions at some point. I take a seat and wait for the wolf to proceed with his explanation. He sits there silently in thought, collecting himself before beginning. So, to preface this, I need to explain Jude's situation. He currently lives with his mother and works 2 jobs to support her. For whatever reason, she hasn't been able to find work. I can imagine that it's the result of years of poor decision-making. Regardless, the reason we formed our group was to help one another with our issues. So naturally, when the opportunity presented itself, I inquired with Miss Noel and said that I'd look into finding her a job. That's it? That is it. Then why was Jude so angry? Pride. Jude doesn't accept help from anyone if he can help it. He's been that way for as long as I've known him. Well, it doesn't help that he and I have always been on the wrong foot. We're simply 2 very different people. Still, different or not, I can't figure out what was so bad about what Aiden did. Sure, it's a little weird that he was talking to Jude's mom, but as far as I can tell, he didn't do anything particularly wrong. Anyway, if you don't have any further questions, I really need to get to class. Oh, of course. Don't let me keep you. I wouldn't, but thank you. Checking up on me was unnecessary, but I still appreciate it. While we're still talking, what are your plans for tomorrow? Why do you ask? I was thinking it might be a good idea for the two of us to meet here and do some research with these books. So, you, me, and Zoe? No, she's busy tomorrow with additional duties. It would just be the two of us. Hell yeah. Delightful. I'll reach out to you later tonight to confirm the best time. Sounds like a plan. Indeed, but for now I must be off. I wave Aiden goodbye as he exits the library. He looks back and smiles before leaving me to my lonesome. He seems especially gung-ho about getting this assignment done early. If only I had the same amount of drive in my work. Ah! My head is killing me. I think this headache is actually getting worse. I think I need to just get back to my room and sleep it off. If I don't feel better tomorrow, I'll just stop somewhere to get some aspirin. God, and I have to get up early tomorrow for the class I thought was today, too. Yeah, calling it an early day doesn't seem like a terrible idea. After dragging myself into my room, I'm prepared to throw myself onto my bed and let the world pass me by. Evidently, the world has decided to start barraging me with text messages. Just thought I'd let you all know that Quinn's phone broke. I guess today was just a great day for everybody. Quinn broke his phone, Aiden and Jude apparently got into a fight. The frat wave went and wrecked some of the club tables. And here I thought my day was bad due to a headache. It sounds like nobody is winning today. That's not true. Doesn't sound like you had a bad day, Elliot. But it could have been better if I had gotten to spend more time with you. Jeez, he just never stops trying to sweet-talk me. So, what's everyone else up to today? Exercise. I'm thinking about leaving work a little early today. Maybe do some shopping. I'm actually thinking about getting some sleep. I woke up too early today and my headache isn't doing great. Oh, well then quit texting us, silly. Get some sleep. Sweet dreams, Mason. Good night. Laying back into my pillow, I suddenly find myself feeling heavier than before. Was I really that tired? My consciousness fades fast. Uh-oh. It's Quinn! What? Is there someone at my door? At this hour? Seriously? Whoever this is better have a good excuse. I already have to be up early tomorrow for class. Dragging myself out of bed, I slowly bring myself to my door. I open it, half expecting it to be Zoe, the invasive panda. Quinn! Holy crap! What happened to your eye? It's a long story. Can I come in? Of course! The normally cheery rabbit turns behind him, looking down the empty hallways before walking into my room. My exhaustion fades as my brain runs a mile a minute, filling with speculation on what happened to Quinn. I haven't the faintest idea what could have happened, especially this late at night. Did he get into a fight? He doesn't seem like the type, and I doubt he tripped into a doorknob or anything like that. I should probably let him explain first before jumping to conclusions. Quinn sits on the bottom bunk of my bed and looks at me with a face I cannot discern. I can tell he's thinking hard about whatever it is he's about to say, but I'm going to scream if we just stare at each other without saying anything. Deep breaths, okay. So, I got into a bit of a scuff with my roommate. It's not a big deal, though. I just need somewhere else to sleep tonight. Here, I'd been thinking the worst about having a roommate would be them sometimes stealing your food. The last thing I'd expect coming to college is that I could get assaulted by one of my peers. For this to happen to Quinn, one of the nicest people I've met since moving here, it doesn't seem fair. Quinn continues looking at me with tired eyes. I'm not sure how long I was lost in thought, but I feel like I should say something. Should I call Zoe? I know your phone broke, so you probably want to let the others know. No! That won't be necessary. I'm not sure what I'll tell them yet. I mean, you could just say what you told me. Nothing good would come of it. You haven't known the others very long, and I know it might not seem like it with how we act sometimes. But the others tend to baby me at times. Aiden and Elliot are always trying to give me advice. Zoe constantly tries to fix things, while Jude just overreacts. Be honest, Mason. How do you think my hot-headed best friend would react to me telling him someone hit me? Well, after seeing how easily he threw out that asshole from the cafe, I can't imagine he'd be too receptive to Quinn's roommate. I guess you make a good point. I'm not sure if hiding it is the right call, though. Wait, I wonder if that's a little oversight. I don't believe I went to the cafe to see Elliot and Jude earlier. I think it might be a little bit of an oversight because I don't think I witnessed that fight in this playthrough. So just Rook, if you're watching, please, if you can, if I'm wrong, please correct me. But if not, I think I may have found a little bit of an issue. Anyway, I guess you make a good point, but I'm not sure if hiding it is the right call, though. I know. I'll talk with Zoe about it. She can keep a secret if I beg her to, and I'll figure it out from there. Just please promise me you won't tell Jude, at least not till I have things figured out. I promise. I'm not sure this is the best idea, but okay. I won't tell him. Thank you. That means a lot to me, really. I know I'll have to tell everyone eventually. I just don't want anyone getting into trouble over this. He seems pretty relieved about this. But not sure if we just explain things properly. But I'm sure if we just explain things properly, the others wouldn't overreact. Then again, I've only known everyone for a few days. Maybe I'm giving them too much credit. If I'm being honest, a small part of me wants to sock Quinn's roommate in the eye myself. I've only known him a few days. I can only imagine what someone who's known him for a few years might feel like doing about this. The roommate can wait, though. For now, we've got to address the elephant in the room. So, what now then? Obviously, you can't go back to your room. Well, I was sort of hoping I could stay here for the night. You don't have to say yes or anything. I just figured since you don't have a roommate and we're both like, of course you can stay. Quinn's face lights up momentarily before pulling me into a tight hug, his face nuzzling against my neck. I didn't even think about it. The words just slipped out. Are you sure you don't want to borrow my phone? I figure there might be some more people you want to talk to. Honestly, I'm just really tired. I might take you up on that call to Zoe tomorrow, though. Okay, well, is there anything else I can do? Please, don't. I really need to get some sleep, okay? My mouth hangs open for a moment, but I realize what Quinn really needs is a bit of space. We're both still strangers, even if he wants us to become closer. He came to me only because I didn't have a roommate. He also did just say the others tend to baby him, so why am I doing the same? Sure thing. We'll talk tomorrow, yeah? Quinn doesn't say anything else before slowly crawling into the bottom bunk. I release the tension that had been building inside me for a moment. The knot loosens, and I can feel myself calming down. Slowly crawling up into the top bunk, I notice Quinn shaking slightly in his bed, his white fur quivering in the glow from the window. Part of me wants to move back down and just give him a hug, let him know that I care and that it's going to be just fine. He wants his space, though, I'm sure of it, and I should respect that. Creeping back into my sheets, my head finds its way to my pillow, and I let my eyes drift close. Day 4. I continue to feel restless throughout the night. My thoughts keep drifting to everything that's happened. I'm definitely not going to get a good night's sleep, especially if I have to get up for that god-awful class that I thought was today. I think I'll log into the school's website tomorrow and submit my intention to drop out of the course. If I'm lucky, I might be able to switch to something else. Otherwise, I'll have to take on a tougher schedule next semester. Before I know it, my alarm begins buzzing, and I find the morning sun bleeding through my window. I drag myself out of my bed and look down to the bunk below me. Quinn is still there, sleeping soundly. I'm not sure why, but I half expected him to be gone. I've got no idea how long he'll be staying, but I feel better about him being here than rooming with some asshole who hits him. I have to get going to class soon, though. Should I wake him up before I go? He looks like he's sleeping so peacefully. Let him sleep. No, he looks too peaceful like that. I hate to disturb him, especially after such an awful night. I'm sure he'll know I left for class, and there's a reasonable chance he'll still be here when I get back. If he's still here, I'll have at least an hour to check in with him and figure out the plan before I hang out with Aiden. I'm getting ahead of myself, though. I need to get going to class before I get too lost in my own head. Moving on to campus, I find myself still thinking about this whole Quinn situation. Did I seriously agree to not tell anyone about this? It's not like I'm going to be able to claim plausible deniability if someone figures out he's sleeping in my room. It's only a matter of time before the others figure out about this, and I have no idea how things will even be resolved. When I first came here, I had no idea I'd be caught up in anything so dramatic. I'm still not sure I should even be involved. Despite what Zoe has said, I don't exactly have proof that I'm a psychic like the others. Oh, and Alarm Chan has spoken, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and ring that notification bell. And until the next video, I love you all. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye!